Fusion, a merging of diverse, distinct, or separate elements into a unified whole. In 1956, in South Minneapolis, in a tiny building that seated 66 people, Bethel's Assembly was born. After less than a year, there was an immediate need for expansion. 6 years later, Bethel's Assembly, now called Bethel's Rock, under the leadership of Pastor James Bifford, has expanded to 3 new locations in Richfield, Farmington, and Apple Valley. Things may look a bit different, but the mission remains the same. Not just to grow in attendance, but to build believers and unify the body of Christ. As a matter of fact, this is nothing new, but traces all the way back to our beginning as human beings. In the beginning, the God of the heavens and the earth created. And God said, "Let there be light." Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation," and it was so. And God said, "Let the water teem with living creatures and let birds fly above the earth." And God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kind," and it was so. But then he stopped. And this creation was different because he fused his own spirit and created man. Man was to be made in God's own image and likeness. Man was to have an intimate relationship with his creator and rule over the rest of the creation on his behalf. If you know the story, man took his destiny into his own hands and out of his selfishness wanted to be God rather than rule with him, deciding good from evil, becoming his own God. So the Creator gave man what he wanted, exiling him from his presence and breaking the perfect unity between man and God. Following that original fall, great men of God tried and tried and tried again, but continued to make the wrong decision, choosing their own selfish desires over God's. Until God finally settled the score by sending his Son to step into our shoes, carrying our burden of sin, fully submitting to God, even to the point of death, choosing us when we failed to choose him, and ultimately bridging the gap, reestablishing his spirit, and buying us back salvation, giving us the choice to return to the perfect unity between God and man. Jesus didn't come just to give us life after death, but to have life here on earth, bringing us back into partnership to reconcile God's fallen creation. I pray for those who believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me, I am in you. May they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me, so that they may be brought to complete unity. Then the world will know that you have sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. Fusion.